Good morning. It is time for our May Boxycharm unboxing of 2021. I tried filming this video the other day. I didn't like how it turned out, so I am a couple days late in uploading it. I try to upload it as soon as I can, but unfortunately it didn't work out this time. I did do a try-on style, so this is more like a second impression instead of a first one, but we're just going to go ahead and go for it, starting with the order of my face. I did my skincare, I did my eye prep. So let's just get into the first item, which is it's the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothing Primer Moisturizer, and this retails for $30. I was so excited when they put First Aid Beauty in here when I opened this box. I absolutely love this skincare brand. It's my go-to. It's my favorite skincare brand. So I am so excited. Let's go ahead and put it on. It definitely looks like it's easily a primer. When I initially opened the packaging, I thought it would be more of a moisturizer, but it is a moisturizing primer, which honestly could save a step in your morning routine if you're wanting to get your skincare and your primer in. So that's definitely great. It's multi-purpose. And it's very smoothing on the skin. It smells super good, and this is coming from somebody who is very sensitive to scents. I mean, I'm not entirely for fragrance in skincare myself. However, I do really like this. It just kind of smells like coconuts, a little bit of pineapple, almost kind of like a pina colada. But I like it. It feels amazing on the skin. So that, yeah, it's definitely, I love this. I can't wait to play around with this and use this more. And I love First Aid Beauty. It's my favorite. I have gotten First Aid Beauty in past boxes, and I do, like, this is just my go-to skincare brand whenever I'm needing like a new skincare product or I'm running low on something. I'll usually just go and pick up something from this brand. And it's not too overpriced. I know skincare can get really, really pricey. So I feel like for a good quality skincare brand, though it's high-end, I don't feel like their pricing is too overpriced. Let's move on to the next thing here. I'm going to go ahead and go into my choice for the month. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand. This retails for $27. I've been a little bit confused on how to use this. I've seen it used as like an under eye base for your concealer. It's kind of one of those glow from within products, so after trying it for the first time the other day, I kind of think I know more of how I want to use this. But let's go ahead and swatch it really quick. So there's that. So you can see it's definitely more pigmented than a highlighter. I did get this in the fair shade. I don't know if I probably should have gone more light or not, but I kind of like that I went a shade up. And it's definitely a glowy product. What I'm thinking is I kind of want to use it as a liquid highlighter. So what I'm just going to go ahead and do is just kind of use this. I'm going to be wearing a powder foundation over this, so I'm just going to take this kind of all over my cheeks and kind of highlight. I'm not going to use it for like a full-on glow from within, though you could. Kind of want to just let the glow be in certain places, and if I am wearing like a liquid foundation underneath, I will probably go ahead and use this on top, and I'm going to take a little sponge here and just kind of place that there. But I like it because it's pigmented, but it's not over the top. You know, it's definitely, I feel like it's definitely your glow from within product. So I think I'm gonna like this. I think I just need to learn how to use it a little bit more, but I'm just kind of like playing with it as if it's a highlighter. And I'll probably go ahead and stick it with my highlighters and use it as that for the most part. But there's that. And it just kind of adds like a nice almost bronzy glow to the skin. It kind of looks like it'd be great for just a summery kind of glowy product. I think I forgot, but the theme for this month is flourish. So I love the flower theme here, so I definitely good for a spring going into summer month for a box. But let's go ahead and go into this Cab Cosmetics Day and Night palette. So I am liking this. I think that, you know, I definitely get your lighter, more purple shades here, and you got your more sultry shades over here, so definitely very day to night-esque. I love how they put in like pops of purple and lilac and like maroon with like the burnt orangey shades. And this retails for $52. I'm going to go ahead and do an eye look with it. My eyes are already primed and set. If you wanted to, you could probably set your eyes with this shade here. I think it's a little bit deep for setting my skin tone. I just used a translucent powder. But I'm going to go ahead and start in with the shade Georgia Peach. And I'm going to use that in my crease. I'm kind of thinking, this is just kind of, I'm going off the look I did the other day, so I kind of know how these shades feel. After playing around with it, I feel like the consistency of the formula, especially in the shimmers, is not very consistent throughout the eyeshadow palette, but I do need to play around with it more. But I'm just going to start here with this shade in the crease and just kind of get in the blend where I want it. And from there, I'm going to go ahead and deepen up with the shade Burnt Orange. I'm going to put that in my deeper crease. And just put that there, and just, again, just blending, taking it, blending, dipping back in, and just kind of going in with a light hand. I don't feel like these shadows need too heavy of a hand. They're very soft, very blendable. They are powdery, so if you see me blowing on the palette, it's because I absolutely do not like powder. But it's kind of like the more powdery an eyeshadow palette is, the better the blendability, so it's kind of like a necessary evil, I feel like. Powder doesn't bother me, I like to get it off as soon as I can, but it's actually a very good thing to have a powdery formula. And next, I'm going to go ahead and take a more tapered brush here, and I'm going to go ahead and deepen up my outer V with the shade Dawn. And I'm just going to take it like on the outer third of my eyelid, and again just blending it into the crease. And just doing that, just to blend. It's kind of, I've got like the light oranges going into the deeper oranges, but I am going to bronze it up in just a second just because I don't want so much of an orange look. So what I'm going to do, so this is just a Morphe brush here. It's definitely more of a penciled brush, and I'm going to take the shade Cocoa and blend that into the outer V. I'm kind of going for just bronze, but definitely burnt orange kind of look. This is the look I attempted to create in my last video and didn't quite make it to the upload, but that is okay. We're just gonna recreate it here, and then again, just going back, I'm gonna go back in with my initial brush here and just take the shade Georgia Peach and just diffuse that, and go back and blend as much as you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and fix this all with my concealer. So just use the concealer, shape it the way you want. That's what I like about doing eyeshadows before concealer, because then I can just use this concealer to shape it. And then again, I'm just going to go back in, as soon as I get my brush here, I'm going to go back in with the shade Burnt Orange and just bring out that orange shade. I definitely want this shade to blend into the eyelid. So just doing that. And from there, I'm going to take, I originally went in with the shade Sunset. I realized it was very gritty. And then I layered Twinkle Twinkle on top of it, but I'm just going to go in with the shade Twinkle Twinkle on my finger and just put that on my eyelid. And just using that, you could spray the brush. Again, I don't feel like the shimmers, at least the two that I've used, are the best quality. I feel like they're inconsistent. The shade Twinkle Twinkle, it actually looks really well. I hope the camera picks it up, but it's definitely a nice lilac shade, which I actually really like with the oranges. I think it kind of creates a nice like sunset almost kind of feel to the eye look. But just taking that all over the lid, going back in. I feel like I have to work for the pigment. But the mattes are great. I'm not sure so far how much I like the shimmers, to be completely honest. But, you know, I'm not mad. I feel like there are better formulas out there in terms of shimmers go. But I mean, the mattes are amazing. Mattes are great. So let's just keep blending that in. Alright, I think I'm going to leave that there for now. I'm going to go do the other eye off camera, do my concealer, and I'll come back for the next couple of products. For the lower lash line, I just took a mixture of Dawn and Cocoa. I just kind of buffed that on the lower lash line. Next, for the inner corner highlight, I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Glow Wand again. Just take a pencil brush and just take just the tiniest amount. You don't even need a full dot. And just kind of putting it there just to kind of highlight that inner corner. I think it looks so beautiful and so subtle, but it's there. So, and then just take the finger and kind of blend it a little bit. You don't want it to be too much, too harsh, but I think that looks so beautiful. Next we have it's the Bella Pierre Cosmetics Kabuki brush. It's just a mini, and this retails for $20. For that, it's a mineral brush, so I'm going to take my Pure Pressed Mineral makeup. It's their 4-in-1 pressed mineral makeup, and I'm just going to take this and use that as my foundation for the day. Taking this just all over the skin. Upon using this the first time, I like this brush. I'm not sure if I love it. I feel like the bristles, though it's a nice compact brush, which is great for foundation, I feel like it's a little bit uncomfortable to work with. Like, I can tell it's not going to take much to wear down, but I like that I can just slap this on, slap the makeup on, and I can be done with my foundation in like a minute. And I really do like that. And then, as you can see, where I put like the glow wand on, I can see the natural color. It looks very natural peeking through, so this doesn't look so matte and so drying, especially on my dry skin. So I like how that glow wand turned out. And then last but not least, I got my Ciate London Bamboo Bronzer, and this retails for $28. It's a nice cool tone bronzer, as you can see. I don't know if the camera's going to pick up on it, but there are little stars there, which I think is so cute for the imprinting. This feels like a very smooth bronzer. I don't know if the swatch is going to pick up on camera, but it's nice and cool tone. This reminds me of the Balm's Take Home the Bronze in the shade Oliver, which I completely just shattered the other day, and I was so upset because it's my favorite bronzer, and I almost went to the store to go pick up a new one. However, this came in the mail and it reminds me exactly of it, and I am so excited to have this. So I'm just going to take it and bronze my face in it, and it's so beautiful. I kind of overdid it there, but it's such a beautiful bronzer. It's not too orange, it's not too intense. It's very subtle and very just kind of sun-kissed. Like, I feel like this whole box just kind of gives me like sun-kissed vibes, which I love as we are going into the summer months. And this is just, it's such a beautiful bronzer. And I'm just going to take a little small brush and just do a little bit of a nose contour. I don't like a huge contour, but I do want to put that color to my nose. And as you can see, I don't even have any blush or anything highlight aside from the glow wand on, and it just adds the perfect amount of like color to the skin. I could probably even go in and use this as a blush if I wanted to, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do my blush and my highlight and the rest of the last finishing touches to my face off camera, and I will be right back to give you my final thoughts on this box. Okay, I have to admit, I think I'm obsessed with how this look turned out. I'm super impressed with everything in the box. The total retail value is $157 for the entire box. And what I like about this boxes compared to like past boxes is that I've noticed with past boxes, usually they'll throw in like a skincare item that's like worth $100, which to me I feel like it's just a way to get the box value up to what is promised. However, this box, everything is fairly priced. Nothing's completely out there in terms of price points go. Everything's well within reason. They didn't just throw anything into the box. However, because they promised full-size items in this box, this came as a mini. I mean, I'm not overly mad at it, but I feel like if they're going to promise 5 full-size items, they need to give you 5 full-size items. So I'm a little bit disappointed in that aspect. The brush, it's not my favorite quality. It's not bad. I can tell it's not going to take a long time to completely wear down on me. But I do like it. I kind of noticed that discrepancy in there. The palette, I feel like it's good. However, I feel like the shimmers are a little bit gritty. If you would like another look with this palette, please let me know. I will gladly do it with like some of the more sultry tones, or even another daytime look. But overall, I love the mattes. I'm not entirely a huge fan of the shimmers, but again, I'll have to play with some of the more deeper ones and see if there's a little bit more pigment in them, a little bit more creamy, a little bit more softer. But overall, I'm definitely not mad at the palette. Gritty shimmers to me are just not good, and they're a huge turn off in a palette for me. But other than that, This is pretty neat. I definitely want to play around with this more. This is amazing, and this is definitely amazing. So overall, I like the box. I feel like this is one of my favorite boxes. I feel like Boxycharm did a really good job this time around. But with that, I will see you in the next video. God bless, and bye guys.